Baseball's back, baby. Let's go.
Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, the Funk Soul Brother. Right about now, about now, about now, about now.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your man, Fatboy Bills, and welcome to another episode of Wisco Sports. So, I think we can all confirm this is it for MLB's free agency because we got spring training taking place in about a week. I think they're already starting with pitchers and stuff. Crazy enough as it sounds, I don't know. It's a crazy thing. It's crazy. But, you know, as a Brewers fan, I'm looking at this year with high expectations, high mindsets, I'm gonna just keep saying expectations, but for real, this is gonna be a year that the Brewers, I definitely believe, will redeem themselves. Going 29-31 last year, you know, was a little bit of a disappointment. But because of COVID, they changed the rules and they allowed an 18 playoffs. And, they, for the first time in the franchise history, they 3 straight playoff appearances. I knew they weren't going to last against LA. I mean, LA is literally like the demigods of baseball. But it's just exciting because the Brewers are expected to win the division this year, which is what the prospect people are saying. I don't know. It's just curiosity. It's very curious. There's a lot of it that I don't agree with. Do I think they're going to win the division? It's a big possibility. I think they're going to be way better than they were last year because I think they were just trying to figure themselves off as a team. Last year, in last year's offseason, we lost Moustakas, Grandal, and Thames, and that was our hitting. We lost all our hitting. We had to rely on a bunch of guys that, didn't do much. And this time, we got guys that can really, I think that really, in the second half of the season, they actually did, really well. And the fact is, I think as a team, I think they're all coming together, and I think it's going to be really well done for this crew. So anyways, as it seems, the roster, I think, is taking shape, and now that all major free agents have been signed, I think we got to really discuss what's going to happen. Now, obviously, Colton Wong was probably the highlight signing. We also got Brett Anderson back, which is pretty decent signing. And then Travis Shaw, minor league deal. That's some good deals. And then a couple other trades. I thought we got some guy that was trash from the Blue Jays or something. I don't know. But from what I know, it's okay. We didn't get Turner, which I knew we weren't going to do, but it's whatever. So, and it's huge because, we have a lot to look forward to start out this year. So, anyways, this video, I'm just going to be talking about my summaries for what I expect from the Brewers this season. It's going to be interesting. I don't know what else to say. So, anyways, what does the team look like right now? We got Navarez and Pena behind the plate. That's a surprisingly very good catching duo. Pena, obviously, everyone knows that dude is a absolute defensive threat behind the plate. And then Navarez, he wasn't doing the best things at the start of the season, but the second half, he just kind of stepped it up and really did some things. I know injuries kind of affected him, which is why Nottingham got a lot more nods, and then because obviously Pena was out for the year, so then Nottingham got nods, but I think, Navarez and Pena is an absolute great duo at catcher. Around the bases, we have Keston Hiura, Colton Wong, Orlando Arcia, and Luis Urias to start the year. Mathis and Robertson are some other guys, and then, of course, we just signed Travis Shaw. So, we got some good guys. Veteran people. They're not really veterans, but they're younger guys. And, Urias can play second. He can play shortstop. He can play third. Right now he's listed at third because he can play all those positions. And as the outfield stands, Yelich, Kane, and Garcia. Pretty obvious, I think we are good on the outfield. And Kane's return, I think, is just absolutely huge. I'll probably get to that later. So now, the thing is, Urias, I think, I'm going to talk about Urias for a little bit. Luis Urias was expected to be this huge prospect that, I had high expectations on, but because he got COVID, he missed a lot of spring training. We never got to see him. We did see him did some playing time, and he got a couple hits and RBIs, but, you got to give the guys chances. He had huge success in AAA in 2019, but yeah, he's got yet to perform at a high level. We haven't seen that yet. So, as what I believe, he just had an extremely unlucky year because of getting COVID and all that, and it's just an interesting thing. Now, Robertson or someone else could have a huge impact, and then they end up getting a spot, but it's going to be tough because the thing is, do you believe Urias can be the guy heading into third, knowing that he hasn't had much experience? Or is he going to completely go off and dominate? That's a question. When Urias was ready to play, he was completely blocked off by Fernando Tatis. Everybody knows that. Fernando Tatis just signed that deal. 14 years, $345 million. Are you kidding me? Which obviously, Tatis just overshadowed everyone, and Tatis is now considerably probably top 5 player in baseball right now, in my opinion. Just the whole Urias thing with getting injured and getting COVID, just wasn't right. We never got to see him. So I believe he's going to step up huge. I think everyone knows that. What's this? Okay, so then anyways, let's talk about some other things. Ideas when it comes to pitching. Our starting rotation looks pretty okay. We have it's just a lot of names. Corbin Burnes had an outstanding year. He finally had the year that we expected him to have. He stepped up when it mattered most and did some damage. We got Woody. We got, obviously that's a veteran. He can do. He's been with the team for a while. So Woody and Burnes have been great. You also got Freddie Peralta might start. Maybe he might be. Every single season they keep saying he's doing this phenomenal stuff in winter training and all this other training and blah 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 blah, and then he comes into the season and plays like trash. We've just seen that too many times. I think he's better off being a relief pitcher. Even though Adrian Hauser isn't that good of a starting pitcher, I'd rather have him starting. It's just my personal opinion. And then Lindblom, I think, is going to have a bounce back year. And Brett Anderson was a pretty decent signing. Lauer sucks. Cut the dude. I don't know why the heck we still have him. These guys are really young. And then you got, of course, in the bullpen, Suter, can do great things. Peralta can do great things. Other guys, of course, you got the relief pitchers in Josh Hader and Devin Williams. Williams obviously won Rookie of the Year last year. Personally, trading Hader is a big option. I personally would love that to happen so we could get prospects knowing Devin Williams is going to be the guy of the future. But it's up to really anybody. Woodruff has just proven a lot of things, but Burnes has found himself. Peralta, he can do things. Yeah, the only one that really had a bad year was Hauser. And I know that he was good in the bullpen, but when we started him, he just couldn't really do much. And then Rasmussen, was another pitcher that was supposed to be super good. Forgot about him, Looking at our roster, I'm very excited to see what we have. But it's a group of guys that I think can really be compatible with Craig Counsell's system. Also getting Travis Shaw back, that's another huge thing. To summarize this, the young talent, it's great. I definitely feel that we have, something that we can have. And then cap space coming into 2022 is going to be a little bit hard to handle, but it's going to be interesting. Definitely going to say that. So anyways, so let's just look at some of the expectations that I have, So anyways, Brandon Woodruff. So we're talking about the things that I'm looking forward to this year. I just kind of talked about a summary of like everything that we've done, and you know what? I think it's gonna go well. I trust Hira. I think he can play first base. I've seen every single player on this team attempt to play at first base. I mean, Braun has done it before, and it's not really the hardest position. You just got to be right there. And I think Hira's got the focus. Getting Colton Wong there, I think, is definitely going to make Arcia's stats a lot better, given that Hira wasn't really a good defender when it came to being at second base. So getting Wong, I think, is going to definitely boost that up. And Arcia and Wong is going to be a tough shortstop and second base duo there. That's that. Then, of course, off the bench, of course, you got Daniel Vogelbach, who's supposed to be huge for us. So pinch hitting, I think, will be a success when he comes off the bench. So just got to give him some thanks. Last year, Brandon Woodruff, he seemed to break the opening day starter curse, and he's going to be likely starting again, or maybe Corbin Burns. I don't know. But I think everyone knows that Burns should have got CY last year. I mean, he was very underappreciated. And then, of course, you got Lindblom or whatever, and then Brett Anderson, and obviously Eric Lauer's the other guy, Hauser and Zimmerman. Obviously, I forgot about Jordan Zimmerman. We signed Jordan Zimmerman. He's from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Also, Christian Yelich, everybody knows his down year was just bad. He had a bad down year, couldn't do much. And even though Keston Hiura led the team in home runs last year, he didn't really seem to do that good either. I mean, let's just be honest. It was just two big season slumps, and it was hard to really put home runs on board, knowing that, he came back from an injury. I'm not going to give him too much hate, but I think everyone knows Yelich is expected to bounce back and have an outstanding year. Hiura is supposed to be a huge asset for this team as well, and I think keeping those two guys to be our stars on the team better than getting, free agents, I think is going to be huge for this program. This offense is just going to be much better, and it's going to really be centering on these two guys. Now, looking at Keston Hiura, he'll be playing first base, as I said before. Getting Colton Wong, as I said many times, is going to be the key. The Gold Glove second baseman can do anything. And, we've already seen in the past, Wong always does good against Milwaukee. When I was at the game against the Cardinals, he hit 2 home runs. I was there. And I said, I want that guy. And we got him. Big deal. Getting him is going to improve Orlando Arcia and make him a better defender. Because the second baseman needs to do so much. Having him, I'm absolutely happy that this is going to be a huge deal. So, yes. And then, of course, you got third base. You got Urias. Is he going to be great? Or is Shaw going to come up and take that position again and bounce back? Yeah, I'll get back to Shaw. I trust him. I remember back in 2017 and 2018, he hit 30-plus home runs, back-to-back seasons. I don't know what happened that made him so bad. He came off pinch hitting and doing stuff for the Blue Jays last year and hit 6 home runs and 19 RBIs. I don't know, something like that. That was better. Absolutely. I think he's starting back to his original form again. I just don't know if something was up with him, personally. And then, of course, what's going to happen if Arcia slumps again? Everybody knows that's going to be an issue. Arcia knows that he can play this phenomenal defense, and then all of a sudden he'll slump, and then it'll be like, what are we going to do? We can't deal with this guy anymore. So that's an interesting thing. Mark Matthews, Daniel Robinson, Tim Lopez, those are guys in the depth chart. Maybe those are guys that can really step in and do some things. It's going to be really interesting to see what they'll do. But everybody knows that it's a big deal. So anyways, the final thing, before I get, spring training will be interesting. I'm obviously doing a video right before the season starts after my thoughts on spring training and seeing what I think the Brewers are going to be. But, of course, everybody knows the big deal is the return of Lorenzo Cain. Yes. He played in a couple games to start the season. Then COVID kind of hit, and, it canceled a lot of our games. Cain decided, he's going to opt out. And that was a huge loss. We had to have Garcia play at center field. And, it was, even though Braun was there, Braun's not there anymore. I mean, he's retired probably. But getting Cain back, even though he's getting older every year, I think it's definitely, a huge deal. Because remember, he was the Golden Glove winner. And he had plenty of time to let his body recover from the injuries that plagued him in 2019, But I think, after waiting a long time, not playing baseball, he's been working out, he's been doing things, he is healthy, he's going to hit better, and you know what? I think, it's just still it doesn't matter. He can still play defense in the outfield. He does outstanding stuff, and Cain is, if you try to hit a home run against him, he'll be like, not today, like every single time, That's how it is. But it's exciting. To be a Brewers fan, I'm excited to see what happens with this team, how they move forward from things, and I'm excited for spring training to start. Crazy enough, I think it's a week away. But I'll be paying attention to the games to see how they do. Obviously there's probably going to be not many fans still at the stadium. American Family Park. Ugh. Yeah, that's gross. But I gotta be real and I gotta be honest. I think, the Brewers are a very underdogish team. Everyone's pointing heads to the Dodgers for getting all the talent, and then the Padres for getting all this good pitching, and they got Tatis and all that. And then always everyone hypes up the New York Mets all the time. And it's like, why do they keep doing that? It's like, when have the Mets ever proven that they've been good? It's just, really? It's just kind of annoying at this point. I mean, they say the Mets are going to be winning the NL East every year, and have they? No. So I don't know why they keep hyping them up. And then Atlanta, they don't think is going to have a good season after they've been winning their division the last couple of years. Just doesn't make sense to me. But it's going to be interesting. I mean, I always know we're in the best division. The Brewers got to go against teams like the Cardinals and the Cubs and the Reds. And then even though the Pirates suck, we still lose against them because that's just what happens every single year. But I'm excited to see how they play. I think this is going to be a huge bounce back year, and I think they're going to have a great record, and I think they can do it. I think they can get in the playoffs. I'm very confident in this team to see what they have. Things might change my mind if they end up playing bad, but I don't know. I got to believe in this team, and I do. I believe in Counsell, I believe in Stearns, and I know we can do it this time. This time around, making playoffs. I don't know if we'll make World Series, but I believe we can make the playoffs. So anyways, stay tuned for more updates on sports and all this and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, it's your man, Fatboy Bills. Stay safe and be smart. And as always, go Brewers. We'll see you next time.